Well, I've been playing Final Fantasy 16, and I'm gonna be honest with you folks, this might actually be my game of the year for this year so far. So, I just want to talk about some things here. I'm not super deep into the game. I just got past the Garuda boss fight. I'm not going for that. And yeah, by the way, for the record, I'm not going into story spoilers or anything. I'm just covering my first impressions, the first couple hours, the first 5 hours. So first off, I did actually play the demo for this game. And what was kind of nice is if you play the demo and then you bought the full game, you could start off right where the demo left off. So that was kind of nice. For the most part, I would say the story is pretty damn good. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a masterpiece 10 out of 10, but it keeps you enthralled. It's kind of like watching, My Hero Academia or Demon Slayer. It's like everything kind of leaves off on a cliffhanger, and that keeps you going. It keeps you pulled in. Like, oh man, what's going to happen next? I almost feel like after every big reveal or every big twist, it should be on the next episode of Final Fantasy 16. But yeah, it's actually a pretty good story. I wouldn't say it's like the best, but it's definitely better than Final Fantasy 15, which if you guys want to get my quick thoughts on Final Fantasy 15, that game was mid at best. Like, I'm sorry. I know there's people out there who love Final Fantasy 15. Great, cool. I didn't. I platinumed the game. I hated it. I kind of hate the experience, to be honest. But I do think the story kind of helped carry some of the weight. It's just a lot of the stuff I wanted to see in that game was like kind of just not there. It's like it's either not there or it was in a TV show or it was in a freaking movie that was a tie-in. It's just like, oh god, this is the Halo 5 problem all over again. But going back to Final Fantasy 16, combat-wise, I do like the combat a lot. I like how, not yeah, going to go into spoilers, but there are many different abilities and how you kind of learn how to combo them. You're going to know something with me. It's like, I do like the idea of having multiple weapons and, just being able to learn how to integrate them into combos and have like a good preset. Weirdly enough, some people have been making the comparisons between this and Devil May Cry, and I've actually been trying to play Devil May Cry 5 lately. I wouldn't say that's the case necessarily. Like this, if this was any other game I played, it'd be more along the lines of kind of God of War with Kingdom Hearts. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have the problems like Kingdom Hearts 3 had, where it's like it has like a billion things and it's like none of the bosses are intimidating. The bosses in this game are very intimidating, and I honestly really like the bosses in this game. They're fun to fight against. I like how you have to kind of, instead of just getting caught in the heat of the moment, you have to like learn how to pull yourself back, or this game's gonna wreck your shit. And it's happened to me a few times. But if you want to play on a, I guess you would say, easier difficulty, you could play on what they call story mode, where they give you accessories that make it much easier. They do give you the accessories in the action mode, which is like the normal mode, but at the same time, it's like, I'll be the first one to admit, through the first couple of hours, I did actually use those accessories, but it made the game so easy that I was like, no, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing it. Because the combat is fun. I do like how it constantly feels like you're always, fighting a bigger thing. Like 1 minute you're fighting, this giant boss, and then the next minute, like this Minotaur was giving me the hardest time because I'm an idiot, and yeah. So visually, this game is great. Like, holy crap. For the record, it's highly, I would recommend you guys do this. Get a screwdriver set. I got a multi-layer screwdriver set here. Mostly just, get that. Clean your fucking PS5, because if you have a dusty area where there's like, a lot of dust buildup, or you have animals, your PS5 is going to have problems. And this game right now has a bit of a reputation of making the PS5 get hot if you are not properly cleaning your PS5. But graphically, yeah, this game is wow. Like, I kind of keep getting blown away like how good this game looks. But, and here's where one of my few problems with the game so far comes in. performance. So this game has two performance modes, or not two performance modes. It has two option modes. You have a graphics mode and you have a performance mode. Now I know earlier this year I was kind of hammering at Redfall for having 30 FPS, but it was like, oh, we'll patch in 60 later. But Final Fantasy 16 has 30 FPS mode, aka graphics mode, where it seems like it runs it consistently. I don't think they've ever said it's locked, from what I could tell, but it's almost locked. Like, it's almost there. Maybe if you're doing like a shit ton of stuff, it's good, you know, take a bit of a dip, but I haven't had any problems like that. So yeah, I know this makes me sound like a bit of a hypocrite, and I apologize for that. But at the same time, it's like when the game looks this graphically good, I'm willing to take a hit on performance. And the fact is, there is actually a performance mode. It's not very stable. I wouldn't recommend using it, but it's there. It's like, it's better to have it there and then fix it later, like in a case of Jedi Survivor, than not to have it there and be like constantly like, well, shit, where's the 60 FPS mode coming in? So, yeah, graphically the game looks great. Performance, I wish that the performance mode was, you know, actually good. Music-wise, this game is, oh my god, I love the music in this game. Like, if you want to be like, hey TPG, what sounds like a Final Fantasy soundtrack to you? Boom, Final Fantasy 16's music, great. Voice acting also pretty damn good. I do like how some characters actually have an accent that is like, it's so weird because like this is a Japanese developed game, but these voices sound so organically non-Japanese. It's kind of cool, especially Clyde's actor. Big shout out to him because I gotta be real. There's times I was like, man, I don't think anyone could touch this. Like, I personally do this thing where it's like when I'm watching a cutscene and stuff, I kind of wonder, like, could someone else do this voice? Could someone else do this character? Not this character. It's kind of like the case with like Arthur Morgan or Joel from The Last of Us. You know, some people are just really good and like defaultly are that voice. I know I'm going to this whole voice rant. So, yeah, overall, I will say Final Fantasy 16 is damn good. But yeah, again, this is like probably like 5-6 hours of experience. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I just passed the Garuda boss fight, so if you play the game, you get frame of reference there. And I do like a lot of the stuff. Like I said, just the thing that kind of hurts me is the anime-like story, where it's like, it's not always consistently good. There's stuff that's like, eh. And I will admit there are like character models or I want to call them cutscenes. But like, you know, those in-game scenes where you're talking to an NPC and the character just looks stagnant as hell. You know, it's like the little stuff. And then, like I said, the performance mode not being stable kind of hurts. But hey, you know, that's modern AAA gaming. You get the good, you get the bad, and sometimes you get a lot of things in the middle. Also, I've been hearing a lot of people complain about how many cutscenes are in this game. I don't know what the fuck are people on. Yes, there's a lot of cutscenes in this game, but it's nowhere near as what would you say, intrusive as people make it sound. Yes, there's a lot of cutscenes, but guess what? That's because there's a story. I'm sorry, Final Fantasy is actually trying to do more than be a turn-based RPG. I'm sorry that Final Fantasy 16 isn't Persona 5 with like 4 hours of fucking, you know, story going on with like very little gameplay. Oh no, actual gameplay of an action combat, you know, RPG. But oh no, you had to sit there for 4 minutes to watch a cutscene, and then you had to do a cinematic fight. Oh no, how terrible. How terrible. Oh man, this game is bad because it has cutscenes. By your fucking logic, every game that has cutscenes is bad. So Doom Eternal, bad game. Let's see here. Final Fantasy VII Remake, bad game. Last of Us Part 1, bad game. God of War Ragnarok, bad game. Halo Infinite, bad game. Gears of War 5, bad game. Actually, that was kind of a bad game. But you guys will get what I'm saying. Like, I don't think cutscenes are so much the problem with this game. It's just, for me, it's the performance. The performance mode problem. But that's whatever. Until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer. Like I said, just giving my quick thoughts on Final Fantasy 16 so far. Recommend it, but maybe if the performance, if you're caught up, like you need 60 FPS, wait for this thing to either get performance mode patched or don't buy it. But it's whatever. Until next time, this is That PlayStation Gamer, and I've probably said that twice now. Hope you all have a good day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all the YouTube algorithm BS. Bye.